Imagine waking up, not to the sound of an alarm clock, but to the quiet rustling of wind moving through tall grass. The world around you is calm. There are no cities, no roads, no houses, only forests stretching endlessly across the land. The air is cool and fresh, the ground beneath you is rough, and somewhere in the distance, a bird calls into the morning. Around you, a small group of humans slowly begins to wake. Some stretch beside the fading embers of last night's fire. Others quietly sit up and look toward the rising sun. This is your tribe, a small group of people who depend on one another for survival. Tens of thousands of years ago, humans lived very differently from the way we live today. There were no supermarkets, no electricity, and no modern tools. Everything people needed had to come directly from the natural world around them. But what did early humans actually do all day? Did they spend every moment hunting? Were their lives nothing but danger and struggle? Or were their days more balanced than we imagine? To understand this, we need to follow the rhythm of a single day in the prehistoric world. Morning begins slowly. The first light of the sun spreads across the horizon, painting the sky in soft colors of gold and pale orange. Members of the tribe begin moving around the camp. One of the most important tasks is checking the fire. Fire was essential to early human life. It provided warmth during cold nights. It protected the tribe from predators, and it allowed food to be cooked. Cooking made food easier to digest and much safer to eat. Someone gently stirs the ashes with a stick. Beneath the gray surface, tiny glowing embers still remain. With careful breaths and a few small branches, the fire slowly returns to life. Thin smoke drifts upward into the morning air. The tribe gathers nearby, enjoying the warmth and light. Morning is also a time to observe the environment. Early humans paid close attention to the natural world. They watched the movement of animals. They listened for unusual sounds. They noticed the direction of the wind. This awareness helped them survive. Soon, the tribe begins preparing for the most important task of the day: finding food. Unlike modern humans, early people could not store large amounts of food. Most meals had to be found fresh each day. Food could come from many sources: wild plants, fruits and berries, roots hidden beneath the soil. Small animals might be trapped or hunted. Larger animals required cooperation and planning. Groups often divided into different roles. Some people would search for plants. Others would prepare for a hunt. The gatherers often traveled through forests and open land, looking for edible plants. They carried simple woven baskets to hold whatever they collected. Their knowledge of plants was extraordinary. Over generations, early humans learned which plants could heal sickness, which were poisonous, and which provided valuable nutrition. This knowledge was passed down through stories and teaching. Children learned by watching older members of the tribe. They observed carefully and slowly built their understanding of the environment. Meanwhile, hunters prepared their tools. Early hunting weapons were simple but effective. Spears were one of the most common tools. These were often made from wood, with sharp stone points attached at the end. Stone tools were created through a process called knapping. By striking stones together in precise ways, humans could produce sharp edges. These edges were used to cut meat, shape wood, and prepare animal skins. Once the hunters were ready, they would quietly move away from the camp. Hunting required patience. Animals were fast and cautious. A successful hunt could provide enough food for the entire tribe, but many hunts ended without success. For this reason, gathering plants was often just as important as hunting. The tribe depended on both strategies. While some members searched for food, others stayed behind at the camp. They might repair tools or shelters. Some prepared animal skins that could be used for clothing. Others watched over the children. Life in the tribe was deeply cooperative. Everyone contributed in different ways. As the day continues, the sun climbs higher in the sky. If the hunters were successful, they return with food. The tribe works together to process the animal. Sharp stone blades are used to remove the meat. Nothing is wasted. Meat provides energy. Bones can become tools. Animal skins can become clothing or shelter materials. Cooking food over the fire fills the air with rich smells. The tribe gathers together to eat. Meals are shared. This sharing strengthens the bonds between members of the group. Social connection was extremely important for early humans. Humans are naturally social creatures. Even tens of thousands of years ago, people laughed, told stories, and formed deep relationships. As the afternoon passes, activity begins to slow. The hottest part of the day is often a time for rest. People sit together near the shade of trees or rocks. Some sharpen tools. Others speak quietly with one another. These peaceful moments were just as important as the more active parts of the day. Later in the afternoon, people may travel again to gather more resources. Water must be collected from nearby rivers or streams. Firewood must be gathered to keep the fire burning through the night. As evening approaches, the temperature begins to drop. The sky slowly darkens. Members of the tribe return fully to the camp. The fire is strengthened again. Soon, flames dance brightly against the darkness. The night world is very different from the day. Predators become more active. The tribe stays close together. But night is also a time for storytelling. Humans have always loved stories. Stories helped pass down knowledge. They taught lessons about survival, animals, and the land. Around the fire, voices speak softly. Children listen carefully. The stars appear above the camp, thousands of lights shining across the dark sky. Early humans likely looked at these stars with the same curiosity we feel today. Where did they come from? What did they mean? Eventually, the tribe prepares for sleep. The fire burns steadily nearby. Some members take turns staying awake to watch for danger. Others lie down and rest. Tomorrow will bring another day of survival, another day of searching for food, another day of living within the rhythms of nature. The lives of early humans were not always easy, but they were deeply connected to the world around them. They understood the land in ways that many modern people no longer do. And despite the challenges they faced, they also experienced moments of peace, connection, and wonder. In many ways, their lives were simpler, guided by the rising and setting of the sun, by the seasons, and by the quiet rhythm of the natural world.